Welcome to Mission 6 of the Epsom campaign. Today we have a patrol on our hands, and it looks like we fly southeast of Caen somewhere, and then we run it says patrol line here, so I'm guessing we fly backwards and forwards across there. We'll fly an afternoon patrol south of Caen, along a line 15 miles south of Bow to 15 miles south of Carbook. Okay, so basically parallel to Bow and parallel to Carbook. Tick, 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 tick. The objective is to prevent enemy aircraft from reaching the Allied lines by intercepting and destroying them at a distance. Fine. Pretty simple stuff, really. Let's have a quick look through. Here's our patrol line here. Okay, so it's north of Falaise, basically halfway between Falaise and Caen. That's fine, and it's in the gap between the flat concentrations. Excellent. Okay. Weather, a bit of cloud up at 8 to 10. Quite strong wind, actually, from the west, 13 to 18 knot westerly, so that's interesting. Right, let's go and load the mission. We're in cockpit. Mission number 6, the patrol mission. Now, full disclosure, before I go any further, this is actually the 4th or 5th time I have tried to record this mission in the campaign. So far, the mission has been, well, I don't know if the mission itself is bugged or if it's just DCS being DCS. But I've been unable to complete this mission in all 4 attempts, 5 attempts, however many it's been. I've had DCS completely freezing a couple of times. I've had wingmen doing really stupid things. They're completely not responding to any instructions at all. Flying into each other, flying into me. Guys, wingmen getting hit by flak and being set on fire and just flying along. And really, it hasn't made for a very pleasant experience so far. So I've basically given up trying to record this mission from start to finish, because I'm not sure if it's possible. We're going to fly this, and no matter what happens, we're just going to upload it. I'm just going to upload the results. So if this mission turns out to break again, or if DCS freezes or anything ridiculous happens, then that's what's going to be uploaded. That's just a warning. I mean, it may turn out fine. You know, the time you decide that you've kind of had enough, everything works. So let's go anyway. I'm going to start by trimming the airplane down, putting my controls to the correct positions, flaps to the up position, gear to the down position, cycle my controls through. Good. Let's request start up in just a second. I'm going to prime the engine and request engine start at Saint-Croix.
Request startup. Enfield 1-1. Cleared for startup. Wind 259. At 2 meters per second.
Okay, so got my instructions to start. We're going to now request taxi.
Enfield 1-1. Request taxi to runway.
Start moving over to the runway, which is over there. I've done this taxiing section a few times now. I know exactly where I'm going.
Enfield 1-1. Cleared a taxi to runway 27.
Now, take note of the time on the clock. It's 5:30, and according to the briefing says it is 17:30, so it's an afternoon flight, and it is the middle of summer. So it's sent to middle of summer in Normandy, and it's an evening flight, and it's been, well, broken cloud all day. So it should be pretty warm. You would expect temperature a minimum of 20 degrees. I say that because there's a few things about this mission which makes me suspect they've got some of the temperature settings or the weather settings wrong. We'll come to that in a while. Let's get our permission to take off.
Enfield 1-1. Request takeoff. Enfield 1-1. You are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.40.
Okay, so they've given me a QFE. We've probably heard this before. Now, this is because the the audio files that are playing are the default DCS ones. And the default DCS audio files for ground control come from the modern theatre, so we get a QFE, but the altimeter in the Spitfire doesn't have QFE. 29.4, I think, is what they told me. We've got the altimeter here is in hectopascals. So I'm just going to set the altimeter to 0 at the field, which actually is giving me about 999, what was that, 993 or something like that, hectopascals of air pressure, which is a low pressure system, but it's, 990 is probably a reasonable low pressure system for summer. So we could probably take our estimate of what the outside air temperature should be down by a couple of degrees, probably to 17 or something. But it's not like it's a wet, windy, cold day, as you can see. Okay, we're up, gear, confirm the flaps are up, yes, lever's in the up position. We're going to start our climb to 3,000 feet, and there's really no hurry on this mission, because it's not a scramble, just a patrol. Now, one of the things I mentioned about the weather is because there is fog everywhere. You can see in the river valleys, the fog is enabled for this mission, and I don't think it should be. I think that's an error in the mission design. There shouldn't. I'll wait for Enfield to finish. Okay, so we've got fog. Now, if the air temperature is 16, 17 degrees, I mean, even if it's down at about 12, 13, we shouldn't see fog in the afternoon in the middle of summer. So I think they've just accidentally forgotten to disable that, the checkbox for fog from a previous morning mission. Now, the patrol route today, I've had a couple of whinges here, but I've actually got a nice compliment coming now, so there you go. It's a mixed bag from me. Kneeboard. I don't like these topo maps, but I really love this map here. Wait for it to load. This map here is amazingly well put together. So thank you, Bunyip, thank you, Wags. This kind of thing here is so helpful for a pilot. We've got the markings showing the relevant waypoints, nice and small. We've got information about the patrol headings, the distance between the patrol points. We've got the flak emplacements and ground units, latest intelligence showing the major road networks, rail networks. It's a really, really nice map. I much prefer that to what we see here, this topo stuff. And you look at a map like this, the waypoints are so large that they're actually bigger than the route the route lines to get there. Anyway, that's just something I noticed. I really like this map here for the information that's available on the knee pad. I use it quite a lot. I think we've got some ships off there. Yes, we do. And there's aircraft forming up. I'm going to make a left turn shortly, which will just help the second section form up. Some more ships out there, I believe. Yes. Now, let me just have a look at these ships here. The ones that are static. Oh, this is interesting. Look how visible those ships there are. Really visible. The sun is reflecting off the... Wow, this is really interesting. I'm going to actually dilly-dally here for a little bit longer to comment on this. Those two ships there are casting shadows, the static ships. They're very, very visible. Now, I'm going to go and position myself on the same... It may just be the angle, right? It may just be that I'm looking at them from an angle that gives me good visibility. But there's two more ships over here that are moving. They're very much blending into the background. They're much harder to see. Oh no, it's just an angle. That's the same for those ships now too. Very strange. If you look at those ships from this angle, they're almost invisible. Or is it the distance? Ah, it's the distance. So when you get up close, they become really visible. They reflect the light. The shadows are very strong. It's impossible to miss them. But any more than about 2 kilometers away, they disappear completely. They're actually over there, those statics. Almost impossible to see them. Okay, so it's purely a function of distance. Interesting. Right, we can head to the patrol area now. We've fiddled around here long enough. Okay, that's interesting. There, those ships are almost invisible. Even when I zoom in, none of the shadows are there, none of the reflective surfaces are showing. They're just very pale grey against the pale grey, or blue-grey against the blue-grey sea. So they're almost mimicking the same colour palette as the sea. Let's watch as we get closer. Let's see the moment when they transition to... There. Anyway. Let's head on the way on our path to the target, the control area. We want a 191 heading, and we're going to fly for 20 nautical miles. I'm going to climb because apparently the flak is heavy, and I know that it's heavy because in the last attempt to record this mission, there's a lot of flak coming up west of Caen and southwest of Caen, around here. It's just pow pow pow. I don't really want to look back now because from this angle the ships, the wake on those ships and everything back there is rendering really poorly. It's quite embarrassing. So I'm supposed to be on a heading of 191, but that's going to take me too close to the flak. So I'm going to push out a little bit further to the west and keep this climb going. I can see a whole lot of white dots off in the distance down there, but I think they are ground objects. I don't think that's aerial targets. We've just gone through 6,000 feet. That's Caen over there. There's red smoke either side of Kapike airfield. The airfield itself is being bombarded. You can see the artillery shells bursting on the ground. And it's marked to the north and the south with red smoke, which seems to be disappearing. I wonder if we turn towards it, it'll show again, whether it's just on a timer. I want to sit just below the cloud base. So it's really fingers crossed that this mission completes at this point. Started losing a bit of faith in the campaign after the 4th attempt when everything just froze. I was about a few miles north of Via Bocage and just in the middle of a turn, and DCS just completely froze up. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. We'll see. I can hear explosions. My section's now in position and the other section is now forming up away to the right. So we're almost all in place. Now we're almost also south of Caen. There's Kapike and there's the city of Caen over there. And there's a lot of artillery bursting around here next to this sort of long town that follows the railway line. I'm just going to check where that puts us on the map. Make sure we're still climbing slightly. The left wing wants to drop, so I'll just correct that. Let's quickly check the map. Yeah, we're in a good spot here, I think. There's course there's that one there. Is that Via Bocage down there? No, I don't know exactly where the Via Bocage is, but we're going to turn left, I think. This will be our patrol position here, south of Caen. And this altitude seems okay. I think we can tolerate this altitude. Control line is 074-254. So let's turn left onto 074. I mean, it could have been 075 or 070, but 074 it is. It's a really nice town, the one that follows that railway line or canal or whatever it is down there. It's just a really nice feature. It looks real. It doesn't just look like a generic blob of town that's been placed there. It actually follows some geography, which is nice to see. What is that? Oh, flak burst on the right. Geez, we're still a bit too low. I really want to take us up to the cloud base then. Got good airspeed here, so I'm running on max continuous at the moment, so we can still take advantage of that engine. Just pop up a little bit higher. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4 aircraft. System? No. I only count 3 aircraft in the other section. Oh, I wonder if there's 7 of us. Okay, we may be 7, a 4 and a 3. I didn't really pay attention to that part of the briefing, I must be honest. And I hadn't noticed... Oh, there we go, some sort of stutter. I thought that was DCS crashing for a second then. I thought we were about to lose it. It's just a stutter. Now this end of the patrol route is less flaky, if that's a word. There's much less air defense down here. We'll just check the kneeboard map to confirm that. Yeah, basically in this section here there's pretty much no flak. So I can descend here at this end and then climb at the other end of the control route if I want to. But I don't think I'm going to. I think I want to just maintain this altitude. Have I got white dots? I've got white dots. I've got dots low. Looks like contacts actually. Yep, I think we've got 4 contacts here now. Down here there are 4 aircraft flying along, and they are in a really weird formation. It's the default formation, which I've actually seen before, and I'm not sure if that's historical at all. And not flying in a finger 4. Normally I would expect Germans to be in the finger 4. Right, now, the other problem I've had is wingmen not responding to my orders. I've clearly got vis on 4 aircraft down here. I'm going to drop in on 1. Guns to fire. Okay, I'm dropping in on the 6 of 1. He's right down here in front of me. He's very low. That's German. Oh, he's pulling up. Other. Engage bandits. Oh, that was a nice hit. Okay, now I'm going to also instruct my flight to engage bandits. Okay, now are they going to do so? Yes, they're breaking off. Oh, 1 says negative. 2 is engaging bandits. 4 is unable for some reason. Okay, now he's engaging. Yeah, engage them, mate. Seriously. No, don't rejoin. Okay, I've got 1 low down here. It's a friendly. Guys, engage. Yes, engage. Okay, this is. I've got one on my 6. So this is a problem I've had. The wingmen simply aren't engaging. Flight. Oh, that was close. It takes a long time and a number of instructions to actually get them to engage. Yes, just get on with it. I'm really not happy with the way the AI communication system works. Although we do seem to be all in a big scrap here, which is, I guess, good news. I've got one guy friendly climbing up on that one that was just over the top of me. This is an enemy in front. Okay, he's engaging one that's low. Okay, I can turn in on this guy and help out here. Don't want to black out. That's it. Yeah, good hits. Okay, that's a 109 there. Just got a bit stuttery for a second there. Is that a 109 or are we fighting 190s? I haven't really paid any attention to that yet. He's going up. Okay, I've got no 6. Okay, can I hold this aeroplane here? No, I can't. Oh, he's getting hit. He's getting hit by a friendly. Okay, 0 the throttle, drop the nose. Before I blow the engine. Uh-oh, we lost one already. Okay, just make sure that I save this aeroplane before. Yep. Good. Phew, managed to not blow the engine. Okay, there's a 109 venting. Oh, there's the other section. Not fighting. There's a hostile overhead here. He's about to get on my 6. He's got 6 of his own. Now he's dead. Right, so absolutely no... Oh, there's more. Absolutely no victories for me so far. All I got was a couple of hits on one at the very, very start of the engagement. But at least the mission's held together so far. I've still got that section over there flying around disengaged. And I've got Spitfire, 109. Still 109 up ahead. Flying over the top now. There may be 2 up here still. Okay, he's looping over. Yeah, there's at least 2 still above. Keep an eye on this one that's right on top of me. Okay. Wow, they've got energy. I've lost eyes on him. There we go. Something happening back here. That's hostile. It's just rolling up over the top of me now. He's in a left hand. Now he's dropping. I think he's going to go vertical again. Yeah, he's just rolling over the top. There's another one. Oh, he's diving. Gotta wait for him to come back up. That's the other section going around in circles. Not engaging. That second section has been completely useless. Oh, hello. Right. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to follow this guy this time. But I don't think I'm far off being able to follow him in this soon. How's my airspeed and my air temperatures are all look good? Oh, he just got hit. Okay, throttling up. I think this Spitfire is going to take him out this time around. Just as I arrive and get in a firing position. Wow, he's very hard to see. It's dark. I'm on him though. Okay. Don't collide, don't collide. Watch yourself. Missing an aileron. I'm in the lead position here, so my wingman should let me take this guy if they've got any brains. But running out of airspeed. Oh, okay. Need more deflection. Sit on this guy's ass. Try there. Nope. Not enough deflection. Wow, way behind. It's gonna burn my engine out doing this. No, I'm okay. Should be okay. At this time, surely. I'm gonna go inside. And close the gap a little. Long chase. Finally. Hit him. Ah! I thought that working. Who was that? Right, is that another one? Yep. Oh crap. Okay. He's down there. He's going to pop up in a second in front of me. That's right, I need to slow up here. That was a better shot. Why can't I do that on that other guy? Right. See if one of my wingmen finishes this dude off as well. Couple more hits there. Couple more there. Come down to MGs and he's toast. Right. I am happy that we've finished this, guys. There were 4 aircraft in that group, and we've nailed 4. How's my engine? Oh, look, I managed to preserve my engine through that whole fight. Excellent. Right, let's get the hell out of here. I'm done with this. I'm done with this patrol, gentlemen. Turning north. Let's get ourselves home so we can tick this mission off the list finally. Spitfire's rejoining. So on the ED forums just yesterday, I believe, I saw a post suggesting that they were working on the AI maneuvering system, which is going to be fantastic if they do. They're going to give them G-effect. They currently do not have G-effects, so the AI pilots can fly along without effect from any G-overloading. So they're going to have that, and they're also then updating the aerobatics coding for all AI, which also means they will have a different set of maneuvers to choose from when evading and being aggressive. Which is also going to be really good news, because the current, as you saw, the current approach, particularly from the Ks, the 109Ks, is just to do those vertical maneuvers, which are very effective from their perspective, but it becomes a little bit boring. And it'd be quite nice to see them just throw in a few other maneuvers here and there to make them less predictable. As you can see, all I needed to do was essentially cut the corner on their maneuvers, and each time they do it I gain 100 yards or so, And after 5 or 6 of them, despite the fact that they've got more power and are better in the vertical, because they're constantly in a turning pattern, I can just gain a little bit of distance each time. And they just persist with that maneuver over and over again, which means the end result is not really in doubt. Eventually, a Spitfire is just going to close that gap and kill or capture that German. So I think we're going to be winding up slightly west of Caen, which is fine because that's the way we came down south. I know we lost one Spitfire in that engagement. I believe it was the number 3 in my section. There's the 3 from the other section. They did nothing. I'm still really not happy about how the second section is working. It was the same in the previous mission, in mission 5. They just flew around the whole time whilst the first section were engaging the enemy. There's the city of Caen over there. I can see the cathedral sticking up through the fog and the various factories. So there's Caen Copy K airfield over there. So our airfield's up here. There it is there actually. I can see it almost on the coast. So we're basically going to fly straight in from here. Showing at nearly 10,000 feet, which is good. I've got contacts 12 o'clock in the cloud. 2 contacts fairly well spread apart. And they're in the cloud too, which is suspicious because, oh wait, well, I think one of them's a formation. One of them's a pair. Contact target 1 o'clock, .4. I don't know if that means ground targets or aerial targets. If it's ground targets, I'm ignoring it. If it's aerial targets, I'm running away because I'm down to machine guns here. .4 is really close in. It's 0.4 of a mile apparently. Which is quite odd because the communications, the default comms are sometimes in meters, like meters per second for the wind speeds on the ground, and then they're using 0.4 of a mile apparently for the distance to a contact. It seems like a real mixed bag of a hodgepodge of unrelated units. I've also tried a few landings recently with much lower airspeed, down at sort of 90 to 80 knots over the threshold. And I've noticed that you have to fly in real shallow to avoid dropping short. And in doing so, I've actually found myself landing very badly. So I'm going to stick with my rather steep approaches, and my higher airspeed steep approaches, and then I can just level off at the last minute. Settle down. I'm actually finding that to be consistently easier coming over the fence at 120 or so. My goodness, that gave me a fright. Just as there was a sort of a flash, a flicker in the cloud here, that audio started playing. And it gave me a real fright. I don't know if you'll see that. If my track IR suddenly does that, I'll have to look myself later, but oh, gosh. You can see the flicking now from the lighting in the clouds. Okay, let's start descending. I'm going to put a call in. Sound quiet as F7. Inbound. I also tell my buddies. Runway 27, okay, so we're landing to the west again, which is just fine for me. And that should be us over there, I think, or have we got our airfield on 12? Ah, there we are there, that's St. Croix there. On the 12, yeah, just inland from those ships that are still tootling past the coast there. A little convoy of 3. runway 27. So I'm going to come right here. And I'm going to approach from the east. You can hear all my wingmen getting excited there. The engine's roaring.
Epsom leader to Caen, checking out, returning to base. Roger.
Returning to base. Right. Clear for visual contact tower. Good, I'm going to request landing now. I'm also going to tell all my other flights to RTB as well. Second flight RTB. My flight RTB. Lights on. Okay. So I'm going to do the approach from here. Wide curved approach from way out here. But there is method to my madness. I know I'm very fast, but I'm a long way out. And I'm going to use lots of rudder here to slow us down. Right. Wobbling around a bit. Still got 4 contacts off in the distance in a very strange wide formation. I'm suspicious that that's a German formation, but we don't have the ammunition to engage, and we're all slow and low now. So right, gear down. Now we're on the sort of a curved approach. You can see the airfield up there. High and fast, but I don't mind. Or do I? Am I going to change my mind just as we get in close here? Right, rudder. Oh, unlucky us, eh? 10 plus enemy aircraft.
Roger, 10 plus enemy aircraft west of Caen, over village, slow gauge.
It's interesting to have different pronunciations to different people. One calls it Village Bocage, the other's Village Bocage. It's quite good. Because I'd expect that would be the case. Different guys would pronounce these things different ways. Okay, just about to pop in here. A little bit of throttle on. There's my knot flare. Stick back. That's good. I like that. That's the approach I like to do. Quite steep and quite fast. And then you use all that airspeed to give you the maneuverability that you need at the end to adjust. That was really satisfying. Okay, we're out of this mission. Finally, mission 6 completed. It's a shame we're not still in the combat area because 10 109s have apparently showed up, or 10 somethings have showed up. We don't get to enjoy scrapping with them, but oh well. We've done our job. Looks like Jerry's arrived properly in the combat area because we had 4 and those guys got 10. So we know there's a couple of the squadrons of German aircraft that arrived in Normandy. So we may see a bit more aerial combat over the next few missions. But I'm not going to tempt fate any longer with this one. That's me out. Thanks for watching. Let's turn this engine off, shall we? And the first of the wingman's on approach. We don't want to watch him today, do we?